Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
And this is Ito.
And we are
The Carbonation Conversation,
reviewing Netflix Archive 81, Episode 6.
The Circle.
Ooh, that sounds spooky. If you like what you're hearing in the background...
You forgot?
I know, right? Definitely hit up our music production, audio editor, logo, and beat maker. I got the beat maker from Eminem. Check out Mo Beats 89 on all platforms, and if you want to contact him directly, mobeats89@gmail.com, and in the descriptions below. I'm a little buzzed already, man. I'm just saying, we've been reviewing
This happens
today,
when you do multiple reviews.
You know what I'm saying? But the show must go on, and we have a happy new beer.
Yes. Estrella Jalisco.
Oh, I like how you said that. You said that a little sexy. I'm just saying. Happy new beer with the Estrella. Let's take a sip real quick.
It's a Mexico Pilsner.
Oh, I actually like this. This is actually...
They actually described it as a Mexico Czech. A Czechoslovakian, I guess.
Huh.
Pilsner. But it's from... it's born in the birthplace of tequila, it says.
Oh.
It's a golden Mexican Pilsner, but roots in Jalisco, Mexico.
I actually like that. That's actually really fucking good. And as always, thank you for the downloads. Thank you for the listeners. You know, Texas is still holding it down. We have well over 100 downloads in the last 30 days all around the world, and we really appreciate it. So this shout out is to you.
Shout out.
So I'm going to be the first person to say that I may fuck up a lot in this because I just took a shot and I'm already buzzed. So we're going to see how this review goes. But,
see, just to shout out you guys, you sacrifice, you know. You get drunk for you.
Exactly, you know. For you. It reminds me of, you remember the girl next door? Fuck her for me, man. For me.
For me.
We've gotten used to these different introductions before the actual...
Yes, the actual episode starts.
Yeah, you know, before the actual episode starts. And this is... I'm pretty sure Cassandra is like mouth-watering if she could see this. Because this is what she's been looking for.
Well, yeah, this is the... Well, not this exactly. No. She's looking for the actual...
that snuff film. Okay.
Which is what inspired this.
Yes, but this never got debuted, right? This
was a show that was actually out.
This was a show that was actually out.
William Crest's The Circle, which was kind of like a Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Alfred Hitchcock
type of thing. Yeah. And he does do, whoever the actor is, I don't even know if that is
That's supposed to be William Crest. That's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, he was really, really good. I like the old school black and white. It was creepy. You know, again, I'm watching it late at night at about midnight and shit. So, you know, I felt it, you know what I'm saying? For those of you who think black and white scary movies ain't scary because you didn't see Sinister or whatever. And the only reason I'm thinking of Sinister is because we reviewed Moon Knight just now. Shameless plug. Check out some of these horror black and white movies, man. Yeah. They are still as intense.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get the prologue. We get Dan, and this is what I was a bit confused on. Because Melody did give Dan the box, because that's what we start off. Dan is restoring
the tape, the destroyed tape
that
his father gave him as a gift.
Wasn't the one that Melanie gave him intact?
No, it was destroyed.
It was destroyed.
Yeah, it was
okay,
destroyed.
I didn't know that. I thought it was intact. No. So he's restoring it, and it's a very just good moment. His father, I'm a father, and I'd imagine me doing something like, it's easy for us now to record videos and take pictures, and Google always remind 3 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh, but back in the day, you had to record shit on VHS tape, and his dad literally took the time to edit these videos for him of his favorite shit.
Right.
And not only that was what he liked as a kid. So he was like, I'm glad that you like it too. And it was a really good moment.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome. And he was 8 years old when he got that present, by the way.
Right. So as he's watching, his phone rings, and Mark outside the gate, and he's worried because he's been leaving Dan messages, and Dan hasn't been responding to him and stuff. Dan's like, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. You need to leave."
Yeah, Dan was a bit of a dick,
right?
And the only way that Mark was able to get Dan to not walk off on him,
I found Thomas Bellows.
Yep, and he says, "I found Thomas Bellows." I spoke with briefly his girlfriend Alicia Flores,
right? And
basically, Tom had a job in this exact location to digitize soap operas. Basically,
yeah, he hired him 6 years ago to digitize old soap operas, and then that automatically, I don't know if you automatically remembered that lady that Melody interviewed, that she recorded.
Nope.
Soap operas.
Nope. Not even. It didn't even approach my mind at the time. I wasn't even thinking about that shit. No. And yeah, I'm glad that you did mention that. Because basically what Mark says is Alicia did sign a non-disclosure, so she can't really mention a lot. But what she did say was, Tom died. He had a single car accident. I like how they said single
right?
To
single car accident.
You know what I'm saying? It's either the car or in Nova Scotia. In Nova Scotia, where you know what? I made it a point to fucking find where Nova Scotia is, and I am, goddamn it. But anyways, and not only that, he felt a little paranoid.
That she said that he went nuts. That's what the girlfriend said.
Mm-hmm. And so then Mark is saying, because he went nuts and you are telling me that you saw Melody, are you okay?
Right.
And Dan, again, to me, this whole episode, Dan is very different from the previous episodes. I think he's had it. At this point, he's just over it. He's pissed. He's annoyed.
He's starting to believe, I feel, too. Like, everything he's seeing is kind of, maybe it's real, And this guy Virgil's not telling him everything, and
he basically he basically tells Mark, like, I'm not, I'm good. Yeah. Basically, everything is fine. He even walks off of Mark, and Mark is like, Dan, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, Dan is starting to restore the new tape. Am I right?
Well, I think he goes there and starts busting all the cameras in the house.
Oh.
He busts all the cameers. Looks at the last one. Looks at the last one and says, "Fuck your fishbowl," because that's what I guess Mark called it earlier. That you're living in a fishbowl because they're watching your ass.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I wasn't looking at my notes clearly because I was looking up Nova Scotia. Apparently, it's in Canada. I just want to. Apparently, it's in Canada.
Yes.
And you're absolutely right. He's destroying literally everything. Virgil is looking at him destroy these videos. So, he's super pissed, and then he starts
watching
restoring the tapes. And what he finds out is someone is actually recording Melody while she sleeps.
So someone filmed Melody. She sleeps. She wakes up confused, doesn't know where she is. Because remember, the last thing that happened was the guy fell out from the building, and she screamed. So apparently she passed out and all that. So she's looks out the window, sees the scene of the fall and everything.
And the police is right there, so she realizes she is still in the Visser. For a second there, I thought she had already went back to her old apartment. That's where I thought she was.
At first, too, I was like, where the fuck is she myself? But then apparently she was up in penthouse.
Yeah. And so she leaves the area because obviously, like you said, she's at the penthouse. Samuel isn't there. And she leaves and she is stopped by the police.
Right.
Oh, and yeah, stopped by the police as she is walking into her apartment. They want to talk to her about Chris. They ask her if she knows the victim, I guess you can say. And she does say yes and no, like she interviewed him for a project, but she does mention she hesitates.
Yeah.
But then she, comes clean and mentions that I don't think.
And she even says like I don't think he would jump. He wanted to get out of here, and basically she tries to tell the cops about Samuel, like he's holding people.
And and I don't know if it's so funny to me as a black man that when you have a overly tired white woman, apparently police thinks they're on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a freshly nice, Caucasian woman, you believe.
Right.
But Melanie is tired. She don't know where she is. And the first fucking thing the woman officer asks her is, do you think you and Chris were using? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like she accuses her of and she's like, really, bitch? Really? Like that's how you feel? And it's because Melanie is so discombobulated. She doesn't you know what I'm saying? She's off. And she
knows something's fucked up going on.
She's on drugs.
She's realizing that shit's fucked up now, and then when you act like kind of like in a paranoid situation, people just think you are on something.
She even brought up the whole cult. She brought up Father Russo. She brought up everything.
The cops just look at her like,
really?
We're just gonna leave now.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Have a good day.
And even Melanie, she recognizes and she stops.
Right.
Because she gets it. She's like,
I'm coming off as a nut right now.
You know what I'm saying? So she stops. And then after the police leave, she gets a phone call. And she gets a phone call from a hospital.
From a health center,
and she immediately goes. Apparently, Annabelle been nuck if you buck. You like how I said that so properly.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Apparently, she goes into the hospital. Annabelle is handcuffed.
She's like, why are you handcuffed? Yeah.
The doctor tells her apparently...
He broke a woman's jaw and stabbed a security officer with a nail.
Annabelle is going to jail. Right. There is no pass go.
And Annabelle, right? I think Annabelle tells Melody she has a message.
Yeah,
she has a message,
and she's saying who, and I hate this cryptic ass shit. If you were possessed, I'ma slap your ass like 5 times.
Just tell me the fucking. Just tell me.
Tell me. And the doctor comes out. And Annabelle is trying to convince the doctor, which she should be trying to convince the police to be. To be quite frank.
But at least the doctor will check her out. Like tells her about the mold.
I do appreciate the doctor saying. Because he asked her.
Can mold cause this hallucinations?
Yeah, he's asking her,
she's like, in some cases,
exactly.
So, like, if you give me a sample,
And I appreciate. Go, you doctor! I wish I knew your name.
Go, you doctor!
I am not finna spend the time. So should I spend the time? Archive 81 doctor.
Nah.
We appreciate. You know what we're gonna do? Let's do happy New Year
to the doctor. To the doctor.
Being so appreciated.
The thing is, I think I recognized that actor too when I saw him.
I know, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna listen like in 4 years. Like, bitches, you could have took the time to remember me. Remember. Anyways. So, what happens next?
That's when she goes back to the Visser.
Yeah, because she wants to get a sample.
Right, goes to Cassandra's, bangs on the door. Okay. Basically just bursts in there, goes to the closet. Where's the paint? Where's the mold?
This is that non-violent but violent speak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Violent language. Because Melanie busts in there and it's like, bitch, where's the mold? And Cassandra's like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about?
And she explains the situation. She says, not only did you purposely give it to Annabelle, your ass was there when she went rogue.
All right.
Cassandra responds, I thought she could handle it. And then Melanie sees in a bag all fucking Annabelle's paintings, and then she was like, oh, did you think I was gonna let anybody else have them?
Right.
And fucking Melanie snaps. It would have came to blows at this point. Melanie actually she pushes Cassandra to a wall, but at this point I would have had my hands around her neck, and then would have went to jail because I'm African American.
Who knows what she would have did, but Jess popped out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And Jess, and Melanie is like, hey, I'm not like this. You shouldn't be hanging around Cassandra. They're bad people.
But Jess says, Samuel told me I should stay away from you. Told me to stay away from you.
And she is like, what the fuck does Samuel got to do with it? And she is saying Samuel and Cassandra
that they are bad people.
They are bad people that
and
not
we need to leave.
And she even tells her, you don't have to follow me, but you need to go.
You don't got to go with me, but you need to get out of here type of shit.
In the midst of all of that, Jess has this cup in her hand, this tea.
Yes, the tea drops.
Spills,
right.
And at least what Melanie perceives is the mold is in the tea.
Right. And
she is just like, you're poisoning her just like you did Annabelle. Jess is actually defending them, and actually in this episode, Jess looks like the most maturest and older that she has ever been.
Yeah.
And she is just like, no, you saw me buy this, and Jess is like, bitch, what did you have in that motherfucking elevator that day? And she pleads to Jess. She's like, Jess, I need to get the mold.
Where did it come from? Where did you get it from?
Annabelle is in trouble. Right. She's hurt. Like, I need to save her.
And you see Jess look at Cassandra, and Cassandra kind of like, hell no, say no, shakes her head. And she tells her to find her. So next thing you know, she's in the elevator going down to like the basement.
Yep, she goes down to the basement, and it is a totally black area. It's like a stool sitting in the center of just like a area.
Yeah.
And then
it shows real quick Dan watching the video again of her recording the mold and stuff like that too.
And the video goes out. Well, the video doesn't go out until we see.
First she starts hearing the chanting.
Yeah.
Which is again, it sees like a door, I guess, and then she's startled by Samuel.
Yep. And then I even forget what he says, but the point is,
I think they there you are or something or something. But then
the video goes out.
The tape distorts.
Yeah. Happy New Beer.
Happy New Beer.
And at this point, Dan is just like, what the fuck? He pulls the tape out, and the tape is extremely damaged.
It's covered in mold.
Yes. And not only that, he opens up the desktop, basically.
Right.
And the entire desktop is covered in mold. So at this point, Dan has apparently raised on the west side or the south side of Chicago because he is so real now.
Right.
He calls Virgil and it's just like, what the fuck? I mean, for all intents and purposes, he damn near curses out Virgil. I mean, he's just like, bitch, what the fuck is this mold doing here? Which is the same mold from the Visser. And, Virgil is being, all professional. And he's like, well, we told you to take care of the items that you were holding. We thought you were gonna do that.
Didn't you request a spare desktop?
Exactly. Like, he is not taking any of this shit to effect, and he's just like, "Are you in mental trouble, Dan?
Right. Do we need to send a doctor out there?
Send somebody out there?" And he's just like, because if you can't complete it, Dan clicks. Dan is bold right now. And at this point,
basically, when he tells him like, we got you the spare deck or whatever, and then that's when he basically hangs up, finds the spare deck, and finds that fucking Ratty was in there chewing on wire.
Mm-hmm. And as he's looking for more wire, he finds a camera recorder. And the camera recorder is actually Thomas Bellows.
Yep.
Now, obviously, if you guys who are listening are YouTubers, to me, he looked like one of my subscriber YouTubers, Boogie 2290. Like, exactly.
Right.
And basically, it was Thomas Bellows, you know, happy that he came here saying that, hey, baby.
Yeah, for like,
hey,
he was leaving the videos for his girl, basically. That's what he was doing.
You know, hey, Alicia, I'm doing this because they're paying me so much. We got a student loans. This shit's going to be easy. I'm just watching soap operas. Best job ever! And then as we progress along his recordings, he's just like, as I digged deep, you know, I mean, maybe I'm just a minority. If you are paying me a significant amount of money to record whatever, and that whatever isn't weird, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But apparently, Thomas went into an area where he saw the Wellspring documents and concluded that they are looking for someone.
Right.
Thomas, you doing too much. I'm on Virgil's side at this point.
Well,
you know
not really, because I mean, apparently he started seeing shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
exactly.
on the tapes. You know, started seeing. I see something. I see a face. Right.
He's like, there's a face in the tapes, and at this point,
yeah, he says even fuck your tapes, Patricia.
Yeah, and he even says one thing. And then we're gonna get away from Tom. That I do want to mention is he said they have this blood in the refrigerators. Is that the mold? Was that actually blood or was it mold? Because it looked so black that I think he thinks that's blood, but it's mold. That's just me.
It's blood.
I don't know.
It's blood.
Oh, it was blood. Okay.
You'll find out later.
Cool. Well, all right. Bitch.
But it's what, like I said, that's when he says, fuck your taste, Patricia, and that's when it basically that tells
like you were
it's
telling
old girl
me in
Patricia.
Yes,
right.
Old girl Patricia. So what?
So that's when Dan goes down, smashes the door, the glass door,
goes in the area that he's supposed not
starts
supposed
looking
to.
at the tapes, and it rips the covers off, and they're saying they're confirming that it's Patricia's soap opera tapes.
Only recording what she said she was recording because this is All My Children.
Yeah.
I remember that horrible show from back. I mean, it's still going.
Of course, my mom used to watch it, and I used to sit as a kid watch it with her and stuff.
Oh my God, so many deaths in All My Children.
And fake deaths.
Go ahead. and
then he calls Mark.
Yes.
Tells him about the tape that he found about Bellows and all that stuff.
Now it's so funny because Bobby is actually on our side. Bobby tells him because he turns around and Bobby is just like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's just like, hey, you know, what about the last person that was here? And Bobby straight looks at him in the eye and just says, get the job
Finish the job and take the money.
Back.
Right. Finish the job and take the money.
I appreciate that, Bobby. I really do. And he listens. He's just like, you know, just finish the job. Just finish the job. Just finish the job. And so he restores it again. He restores the tape again. And it flashes back to Melanie when he's meeting Samuel. And Samuel is, again, such a sly guy. You know, Melanie is like, hey, what's this shit down here? He's like, oh, I don't know. It must have been here since the beginning.
You skipped something, though.
Oh, go ahead.
When Mark went to go see...
Oh, Jill. You
right.
know what? I am so glad that you mentioned that.
How you gonna skip that, man? That's important.
Yeah. Apologize. Should I apologize with a...
I think I should take a Happy New Beer. You should skip yours for missing that. No.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah. Mark goes sees Jill, who was Dan's ex, and basically Evie Cresty
had a stroke.
Evie Crest, my bad, died. Had a stroke, died, and all her belongings.
No, she didn't die.
But she didn't die.
I don't think she died. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out next episode.
Because they were talking about her belongings.
Because her son, basically, her son was just like, we ain't going to keep this shit. We about to sell it.
Right.
And he knew because Jill was the first person to, in the first episode, have Dan restore that original taping that we saw. He knew that she would be interested in what he was selling.
Right.
The estate was selling, basically. Right. And Mark, he my G. Because he straight tells her. He's like, I know you bought everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know you bought the footage to William Crest and The Circle. And I know you think that this would be a good present to Dan, but he is not going to forgive you for fucking the film festival guy. Right.
Because she didn't want to sell it to him at first,
and that makes sense because in episode 1, when the tape guy mentioned Jill, Dan walked off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she even mentions, like, I tried to go to the museum to see Dan, but apparently he's not working there anymore because he's working for Virgil. Right. And he's like, Mark is like, so I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to buy it from you. Because Dan ain't gonna forgive you for fucking this dude.
He's a G. Mark's a G for real.
I love that.
Even more, like I said, even more later you'll see too. You know what I mean?
Man, that was such an awesome scene.
It cuts to where they're with the stuff, and she's telling Mark that they kept a lot of stuff about the Voss Society.
Yes, and she does mention that William Crest, although all his other shit was in disarray, the Circle shit was in perfect condition. It was prioritized. She says that I wrote it in my notes. And if you wrote something in your notes, you can go first.
Go ahead.
She says that the Crest kept papers intact regarding some obscure cult based in New York City. The Voss Society Crest used all the research to write he was looking into the Voss Society, right? And he used all that information to make the Circle, basically.
Yes. And they believe that all that research is cursed as well. That's why a lot of people don't even want it.
And it's so funny because Jill was still holding, because Mark mentions that. At first, Mark is just like, hey, as she's giving him the things to the William Crest shit, he says, hey, I heard about this snuff film that he had at a party, and then she whips out. And then she says that most of the footage has been damaged, but here it is. And what we see I don't know if I actually... I feel like I wrote the name. Is it Iris?
Iris, yeah. Iris, yeah. Because they show a picture. They show a picture also with her like right in the middle and stuff. Iris.
Yeah. And basically she's the leader. And I'm assuming because it says Madame Blavatsky. I'm assuming that's her. Yeah, I wrote that down. Yeah, and they watch the film. Now, the film cuts out at the crescendo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And basically that's when you say Jill is like, hey, we tried to send this shit off to like 4 different people, but they think that this shit is cursed. Right. And Mark is like, lucky for you, as he is very concerned.
Right. I'll take everything.
I'm going to buy it from you. And at this point, are we back?
Dan goes back to watching the tape.
Yeah. And he finds that Samuel is downstairs. Downstairs where Melody is.
He restores the tape, restarts it, and that's when like Samuel's there in front of Melody.
Yeah.
And he's telling her that you fainted after the guy fell.
I didn't have the key to your apartment.
So I took you to my apartment.
She obviously doesn't believe him. And she questions him about the mold.
Right.
At first, he does try to play it off. He definitely tries to play it off like, I don't know what's down here.
No, it's just mold.
But she just is like, I'm not going.
Shut the fuck up. You know I know what's going on, damn it. That's what she's being like hard.
At this point, he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to tell you the truth.
It's proof of our devotion, a manifestation of the divine, the matter of a shared universe, body and blood.
And he does, and he says, "Hey, come with me. I want to show you something." And he's like, and then Melanie hesitates. He's like, "Girl, you've been looking for answers for the longest. You really not finna come down here?" And at that point, I don't know what I honestly would have done. But Melanie goes.
Yes.
Goes down, and she sees like 4 random people. I think I got that beat instilled in my head now. You know, they humming, and Melanie's just like,
she's like, what is that song? And he's like, it's not a song.
It's a prayer. And then I knew at this very moment, all motherfucking bets were off. Happy motherfucking New Beer. Go ahead.
And that's when she found out that the Visser was built on the mansion of the Vossa family, because that was burnt down.
And Melanie feels like they're gonna sacrifice her, but Samuel says, "Oh no! You're the ball dog. In fact, Stephen helped me track you down."
Yes, because she was like basically when basically he was when they went to that Tamara's little opera or whatever, and the song, he saw the prayer hurt her. He knew that she was the one.
The ball dong.
The ball dong.
And I still don't know what that is, but you know what I'm saying.
They're witches. It's a coven.
Okay, and then he continues to show the video that Mark and Jill were watching, and in the video we see Iris. I don't know why I said Ivory. Whatever. Iris sacrifices. You know, she kills a woman, and Melanie is like, "Oh shit! Like that's what you want? You want me to die?" And Sam is like, "Oh no, not you! You're the ball dog. You're good. You're good.
We
people.
need you. Yeah.
We already have the vessel to hold the whole world."
But yeah, but he also admits that like her mother never lived there and stuff like that. So that's what got her kind of pissed off too, and that he was the one that sent the letter to the where she was raised, the covenant or whatever it's called, in order to lure her.
Yeah.
And that, like you said, that Dr. Turner helped find her.
Yeah.
Stephen.
And he collaborated, you know, basically. And so she obviously is not feeling this at all. She leaves. She goes into her apartment. She starts packing her shit. She's about to get the fuck out of there. Yeah. But something is sticking with her.
They purposely showed Dan again watching her. You know what I mean? When she goes back to her room.
Yep, and she remembers the fact that Samuel said the whole world.
Right. So she watched the tape that were just
at the same time.
Like, did you realize that when he said that?
Get the same tape and shit.
Did you realize that?
I did. Yes, I did. I actually
when he said it's the whole new world, I'm like, oh yeah, Jess. You know what I mean? But yeah, that wasn't her. It was him that went to find that tape. Right? That's what it was.
Yeah, he gets up because at the moment, Melanie, like, it stops. The tape stops as she's switching tapes to remember. And we see Melanie looking in, but we also see Dan going in, looking in. And we realize that Jess is the one that's going to be sacrificed.
So she goes to Jess's apartment, bangs on the door. And Tamara opens the door.
Randomly. And she says,
oh, they left to Florida. So I just talked to her earlier today. Exactly. So you're fucking lying, you know.
Yep. And she goes up the stairs. I don't really know at this point where she's going, but she is meted by our greatest name super,
John Smith.
And basically he isn't letting her go in there. Now at this point she turns around, and Samuel is still actually really trying to reason with her.
Right.
He's like, hey, let's go someplace and let's have a conversation. You don't understand. We're not a cult. In fact, I hate that word.
This is when she like talks to the tape too. I'm Melanie, though. You know what I mean? I'm sound mind and body type of shit.
Exactly. You know, and
help me or whatever.
And I will say the most weirdest thing to me is when she broke away, she told Samuel, fuck you. And then these two which you can only assume a sane asylum.
Yeah,
Figures bust in the door. They look like fucking Umbrella from Resident Evil, and they're just like, "Hey, we're gonna
Melody,
take you.
we gotta take you. Come with us." And then you see Steven out of in the
there
bag
too. And I don't know. I'm trying to hold hopes for my brother that he ain't in on it. I'm really hoping, but it don't look good. It don't look good. And he basically.
Well, I mean, at the same time, you think of the fact that Samuel wanted her and Steven's there to take her away.
Yeah.
So maybe it is a good thing that he's there taking her away.
Hey, you could absolutely be right. And then her shit ends.
And then Dan rewinds the tape because he saw his father, and all of a sudden it distorts again, and he starts to see Kalego, the figure, and it actually looks like it's trying to actually come out of the screen.
Yeah, and
that was kind of freaky, He's
busting all the screens. At this point, I'm like, come on, Kalego, you about to get your ass whooped. Yeah, so he had that accent shit. He's busting all the screens.
I still would have fucking accent. This weird ass demon looking thing coming out the screen. I'd be scared as hell.
Yeah, he goes in the tape area, and is this where he?
When he starts destroying all the tapes and the videotapes and the old VHS tapes, all
finds
of them.
Finds
mold, right? His little hatch. He goes down there and it finds the room like set up with the statue for the ritual.
Yeah, it's the same. So you remember when I asked you a couple of episodes ago, I'm like, did they move the entire Visser? It's like, because it was based in New York, it's just so confusing. Yeah. And it's so crazy that they're about to wrap all this shit up in one episode to me. Like,
no, there's two more. There's 7 and 8.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Sorry, I've seen episode 7. Yeah, we were supposed to review that today. But yeah, like you're saying, and he's looking at all the recordings of Melanie. It's just like Melanie broken down every time.
All the different tapes.
It's like when Neo went into the Matrix God level. It's like that. And he has just had it at this point. He's about to break the fucking screen.
And then he gets knocked out. And that's how it ends.
Motherfucker. I wish I could talk to you about episode 7 right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
And this is Ito.
And we are
The Carbonation Conversation.
Archive 81 by Netflix.
Episode 6, The Circle.
I was about to say the golden fish.
Shut up.
We love you.
Peace.